we'll start with the magic ring. Take the end of your string and you wrap it around your fingers and tuck it back with your pinky. Just hold it in place. Put the hook under that string and pull up a loop with the other string. Okay, and then wrap under that string again and pull through that loop. And you usually have to hold that first loop in place with your thumb. Okay, and then you're going to turn your work, but just hold that in place so that this tail stays to the left. And then you're going to do 12 double crochets into that circle. So yarn over your hook, go into the circle, grab a loop from that string, yarn over your hook, pull through your first 2 loops, yarn over your hook, pull through your second 2 loops. That's a double crochet. You want to do 11 more of those into this magic ring. So yarn over into the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops on your hook, yarn over into the magic ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops. So that's 3. Yarn over into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and keep going until you have 12 of those in the circle. So I said 12, but I meant 16 stitches into the ring. Once you have 16 stitches, pull your little tail end and it'll tighten that middle up like that. And then slip stitch to close the circle into your first stitch. Go through the stitch, go through the yarn, and then pull through the loop on your hook to close your circle. Okay, for the second round, you're going to chain 2. And you're going to do a double crochet into that first stitch, double crochet into the second stitch, chain 2, double crochet into the third stitch, double crochet into the fourth stitch, chain 2, and so on. So double crochet, so yarn over into the first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's in stitch 1. Again, yarn over into stitch 2, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then chain 2, it's your increase and your gap, and then double crochet into the third stitch. Yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then double crochet into the fourth stitch, and then chain 2 again. Yarn over, double crochet into the fifth stitch, and double crochet into the sixth stitch, and chain 2, double crochet into the seventh stitch, double crochet into the eighth stitch, chain 2, double crochet into the ninth stitch, double crochet into the 10th stitch, and chain 2, double crochet into the 11th stitch, double crochet into the 12th stitch, and chain 2, double crochet into the 13th stitch, double crochet into the 14th stitch, and chain 2, double crochet into the 15th stitch, double crochet into the 16th stitch, and chain 2, before slip stitching into the top of your first stitch, that loopy thing there. So put your hook in there, pull through the loop on your hook. Okay? And then slip stitch into the next stitch and slip stitch into this first chain space. Okay? And now your chain 2 is actually going to act like a stitch. Up until this point, they were not acting like stitches. So that's 1, then a double crochet into that same stitch, gap, this, then chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into the same gap. And then you're just going to skip over these 2 double crochets, going right into the next gap. You're going to do 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double crochets all into that gap. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets and 4 double crochets all into that gap. And then again, ignore these 2 stitches, go to the next gap. You're going to do 2 double crochets and chain 2 and 2 double crochets all in that same gap. Okay, skip the next 2 stitches, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets into the next gap. And we continue this pattern all the way around. 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets in each gap around, skipping over the other stitches. When you get to the end of that row, you're just going to slip stitch into this chain stitch from the beginning, just right into the gap. Okay, to close that row and skipping over those last 2 stitches. Okay, then slip stitch into the next stitch and slip stitch into the next gap. And now in each gap around, we're going to be doing 7 double crochets to create the petals, with 1 single double crochet in these mini gaps. So chain 2, this counts as 1 double crochet in this first one. So this will be my second double crochet, and then you're going to do 3, dropped a stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 double crochet in between. There's 2 there, 2 there, and the triangle in the middle. 1 double crochet right into that gap, and then 7 into this larger gap. And then 1 double crochet into the smaller triangular space, and then 7 into the big gap, 1 into the little, 7 into the big, and so on all the way around. When you get to the end, just don't forget to do your last double crochet into that last triangle, and then slip stitch into that chain stitch from the very beginning. Okay, and that's it. Cut your yarn, loop your yarn through your last stitch, pull tight, and then weave in that end. Pull your magic ring at the back tight, tie it in a knot, and weave in that end, and you're done.